Hello people, welcome back to our channel. You're watching the George family. It is your girl Mills, and today I'm going to be talking about cost of living in Brazil. This is a very important topic for those who want to stay in Brazil long term or short term and have been wondering how much is the cost of living in Brazil. I'm going to be doing the cost of living as a single person, and now that I'm living in Brazil as a family of 3. I decided to do the comparison because some people will be coming here single and some others will be also coming here as a family. Also, you need to understand that it's very different. It depends, one, on the individual. If you're somebody who is living extra, or you're somebody who is living average, or you're somebody who lives on budget. So it is up to you. The next thing is also your budget as well, the budget that you have. If you have like depending on the average budget of Brazil, or how you work, or how your earnings are. And lastly, it also depends on the location. Some big cities could be more expensive than other cities. For example, Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo, Florianopolis. And it also depends on you where you want to live. If you want to live in the city or you want to live in the outskirt area of the city. I was single in Sao Paulo versus now that I have a family of 3, me, my husband, my son, in Florianopolis. All the prices is going to be in reals. Okay, so I'm going to start first with the rent. Now in Sao Paulo, while I was single, I actually paid for studio, electricity, Wi-Fi. Together I paid 900 reals, but I'm going to split because I'm going to be doing each section. I paid 600 reals. As a family in Florianopolis, I'm living in a 2-bedroom furnished apartment and I'm paying 2,400 reals. Now, because I don't have a guarantor and this is a long-term contract, so we have to pay like an insurance fee, which is 300 reals. In total, we're renting the house 2,700 reals. The thing is, if you're living in an apartment or you're living in a condominium, you have other services called the condominium tax. If your condo has, let's say, gym, it supplies you with water, it supplies you with gas for the stove, it will tax you. As a single person in Sao Paulo, I pay 300. Florianopolis, as a family, for the condominium tax, we pay a total of 700. Now for electricity in Sao Paulo, as a single person, I pay 100 maximum for electricity. As a family in Florianopolis, we pay 200 reals maximum. The next thing is internet. So for the internet in Sao Paulo, really I have Wi-Fi at home, so the internet will just move around, open simple apps here and there, to check on addresses, to open Google Maps, check on places which I'm going to. I took a plan which is 50 reals for my mobile data. In Florianopolis, we're using Vivo and our data together cost 132 real. For the internet at home, we actually use the Oi internet and we pay 119 every month. So every month we pay a total of 251 real for internet. Now the next one is transportation. Now for transportation in Sao Paulo, I really didn't spend on transportation because the location where I was, I could just stroll to the supermarket, I could just stroll to the medical area, to the hospital, to the market. Didn't really spend much on transportation. But in case where I have like emergencies, normally I use Uber. There's a whole lot of transportation in Sao Paulo. You have the metro, you have the buses, they're very cheap, I think 4 to 5 reals. I'm very impatient, so I use Uber. And Uber for a month, I can use maximum 100 reals. That is what actually uses our money in Florianopolis. The bus comes very late, so we can't be waiting for the bus, especially if my son has to go to the daycare and all of that. So monthly we spend a lot on Uber. Okay, we spend about 1,000 real on Uber. The groceries is also up to you, it depends on you. But for me, as a single person, for my groceries, including everything, toiletries, food and everything, I spend 100 reals every week, so a month 400 reals. Now as a family, normally we spend a lot, we eat a lot, and you know, we don't actually go to restaurants, we cook at home. and we usually buy for a month, but we stopped that because normally when we buy for a month, we still end up spending during the week. So we decided like we're buying every week. So for every week, we spend a maximum of 300 reals. That is about 1,200 reals maximum every month. Now, when it comes to education, I'm single, so normally in Sao Paulo, my education free. If you want to go to school, the public universities or colleges or schools are free. Versus now, we have a 2-year-old. He's going to the daycare. He hasn't reached the preschool stage. It's a public daycare, which is free. Normally, if you go to private daycares, you'll be spending maybe 1,000 every month or 1,200 every month. So the public daycare is free. Now, when it comes to healthcare as well, in Brazil you have private healthcare and you also have public healthcare. So all of us are doing their public healthcare. We have a medical center by us. We also have public hospitals just by our walkable distance. So we actually do everything free. For us, like most of the time, I said the public. Many people always say the public healthcare is not that good, but I just feel like the only difference is their wait times. You wait for a longer time, but I feel like it's okay depending on the hospital, depending on the location, depending on the city. There are many public hospitals that are really good. For extra things, we really don't spend that much. Maybe once in a while we want to buy extra clothes and all those things, but it's not frequently. So these are the most important things when it comes to living in Brazil. We hardly go to restaurants, but once in a while we buy fast food like pizzas, hamburgers. I'm not a nightlife person. We don't go out at night. We don't drink alcohol, we don't drink beer, so that all those things are out of that. If you're someone who likes nightlife or all those things, that is on that extra. Maybe you can spend about 200 or more. So as a single person in Sao Paulo, every month I spend approximately 1,150 reals. Okay, which is okay. So for the average salary, if you earn about 2,000 reals, you can still save 900 reals. Versus now, as a family, we actually spend 6,051 reals a month. I think we live a decent life, but most of the money, most of the cost of living here goes to the rent. Like I said, it depends on the location where you are, and it also depends on you, how you spend your money. Okay, and at the end of the day, we still have money to save. Thank you for watching. If you find this video interesting, make sure you leave a thumbs up and you subscribe and you share. And if you want more videos like this, make sure you hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I upload a video.